All right, when you're ready, give me a thumbs up on your cameras. Good, and got it. All right. Well, first of all, I want to thank everybody that came here today for this very special bill signing. But before we get started, I want to make sure that everyone understands that as a product of someone that grew up in South Carolina, as the daughter of immigrants, I want to make everyone aware that this bill has a tolerance to it. This is not an anti-tolerance bill. This is not a bill that pushes away one group for another group. This is a bill that enforces laws. And I will tell you that we are a country of laws. And when we give up being a country of laws, we give up everything this country is founded on. So with this bill, what we are saying is that we support legal immigration. We love the fact this state is made up of many different people from many different areas. But we also appreciate the fact that, like my parents, those people come here, they put in their time, they pay the price, and they get here the right way. What we are saying is this state can no longer afford to support people that don't come here the right way. And we are now going to do something about it. So this enforces the fact that illegal immigration is not welcome in South Carolina. Legal immigration is more than welcome in South Carolina. And this is our way of making sure that we do that properly. I want to thank the supporters of the bill, and I want to make sure that all the supporters of the bill help us celebrate that message as the rest of the country is watching, that they understand that South Carolina is a tolerant state, but it's a law-abiding state, and it's one that welcomes the fact that all types of people come here and understand that we follow laws in South Carolina and we don't turn our backs on anything that is illegal. I want to also thank the sponsor, Senator Grooms, who has put a lot of time and effort into this bill and making sure that he has gotten this done, and I think that he needs to be applauded for that. Senator Martin. Senator Martin helped carry that weight in the Senate, and we thank you for that, because that was not an easy lift. I am terribly sorry that Representative Jim Harrison is not here, because he was a great, great supporter in the House as this was all going through. And then I just want to thank the other members of the House and Senate that are here that understood how important it was to make sure that South Carolina became a state that was known across the country as one that was going to enforce our immigration laws and make sure that anyone that was illegal found another state to go to. So with that being said, I want to turn it over to the sponsor of our bill, Senator Larry Grooms.
Thank you very much, Governor. Illegal immigration is a direct and serious threat to American liberty and to our very freedoms. It must necessarily be eradicated. The first act of an illegal immigrant is to disregard the rule of law as they cross our borders. After violating immigration laws, they commit felony document fraud, felony perjury on I-9 forms, felony identification theft when using stolen and fake Social Security numbers. They demand special privileges, speak their language, and expect us to change our ways to accommodate them. Many drive without licenses, have no insurance, take full advantage of taxpayer support for food, housing, medical, and educational services. They cling together in illegal communities and bring with them drugs, prostitution, violent crime, and gang activity. And they are supported by businesses that also disregard the rule of law, as their exploitation of illegal workers give them competitive advantages over honest businesses. They are supported by left-leaning liberals and social justice advocates who want to increase the power of government and restrict free markets. They show no compassion for those who have respected the law and immigrated here legally. They are quick to cry racism while supporting racist policies that protect certain ethnic groups at the expense of all other groups, races, and religions. In a day when the federal government has failed to protect this nation, freedom-loving states must do what is necessary to preserve our American way of life, and I am proud of what we have accomplished here today in South Carolina.
Thank you, Senator Martin.
Thank you, Governor. It's a real pleasure to join you and Senator Grooms and colleagues that are behind us. Catherine Templeton, the director of LLR, who worked very closely with us on the legislation. Let me just say, also, Senator McConnell, Chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee, he appointed me and some others to serve on a subcommittee last year to go around the state holding hearings, and that's what we did. And this legislation, as it was put together, is the culmination of that effort. It's the culmination of listening to the people of South Carolina, listening to its business community, attempting to respond in a way that we believe will withstand the certain challenges that we face, obviously in the legal environment that we're operating in. I also want to applaud the governor for her strong leadership, particularly as it relates to working with the Department of Homeland Security and the effort that's been made to really tighten up and focus on the employment side of this legislation, really in its waning days. And so that, in that respect, Governor, it's a team effort. We appreciate what you did, what everyone contributed toward making this legislation successful. I believe it will have a very positive impact on South Carolina in terms of its enforcement of legal immigration in a way that we can all be proud of. It doesn't permit racial profiling, that type of thing, but it does, as was said and stated very emphatically, it contributes to the enforcement of the rule of law, and that's what we're about. So thank you very much, Governor. Appreciate it.
And so with that, we will close before we do the bill signing just by saying that South Carolina will not tolerate any illegal immigration in this state. This bill is a absolute symbol of that. It is saying that we appreciate the people that come here legally, we support the people that come here legally, but when it comes to following rules, South Carolina is a state that will always follow the rules. And now this bill signifies that we will always enforce the rules. So with that, do you want me to take questions first, Rob, or do you want to? Okay. With that being said, congratulations. Okay, and so now we will open it up for any questions for any of my colleagues. We've also got Catherine Templeton here from LLR and Corporal Kenny Lannister as well from the Department of Public Safety. Yes.
Governor, just from Georgia, just rule it out, they closed the Georgia immigration law. Aren't you worried about it? There's something having a possibility or lawsuit. ACLU said they're gonna, challenge this law.
No, I mean, I have a long list of lawsuits that continue to come my way, and the more they send lawsuits, just reminds me the more I'm doing my job for the state of South Carolina.
Governor Haley, are you concerned about wasting taxpayers' time and money on these lawsuits when part of this bill was blocked in an Arizona bill that was very similar? Are you concerned about that battle that's going to be costly?
No, what I'm concerned about is the money that we're losing because of illegal immigration in this state.
Yes.
The money that's lost in education and medical services and workers and employment and all of those things is well beyond millions of dollars. So the fact that we are putting money in to enforce that we have legal immigration in this state, not illegal immigration, I think is exactly what we should be doing.
Governor,
Yes.
are you saying, and as well Senator Broom said, every illegal immigrant, as she called them, brings prostitution and drugs to the U.S., every one of them?
No, I don't think that every illegal immigrant brings something bad. What I will tell you is every illegal immigrant is not following the laws of this state, and that is very important. And what we do want is to be a state that's known that follows its laws, and then a state that's known that enforces its laws. We have a lot to be proud of in this state, and one of the things I'm most proud of is that we continue to have legislators that understand it's not about what we talk about, it's what we do. and this actually enforces it and makes sure that everything that is happening in South Carolina is legal.
Given the reasonable suspicion aspect of the legislation, how do y'all foresee that, or how do y'all combat people saying that this is going to, I guess, create racial profiling, especially for people who feel they've been racially profiled against in the past?
Well, I mean, let's be clear. Right now, we've got first, I have faith in our law enforcement officials. I think we have a great law enforcement, and I think that they right now have to keep records of everyone that they pull over, the race of the people that they pull over, and why they pull over. This law still says you have to have probable cause to pull someone over because you think they either committed a crime or are about to commit a crime. So this is going to make sure that we continue to keep all of those records. It is going to make sure that we continue to be tolerant. We're just enforcing the law. What this does allow us to do is when someone is here illegally, we can now actually turn them over to law enforcement and say, this person is not here legally, do something, and they can directly communicate with ICE to make sure that gets done. Senator, do you want to add something to that?
I was just going to say, and the governor said that it is in connection with a law enforcement reason that somebody is asked for identification. And it could be a lawful stop. As the governor pointed out, law enforcement officers are somewhat burdened, if you will, with a lot of requirements to document the reasons they're stopping things. They wear radios. I noticed one law enforcement agency is talking about putting video cameras on street officers. So, you don't need to worry about racial profiling in that sense.
Well, and let's just take it back to a personal level for me. I am the daughter of Indian parents. My father wears a turban. If there's anybody that should be concerned about racial profiling, it would be me. But one, I have faith in law enforcement. Two, my parents will tell you, they came here legally. They don't want anyone coming here bypassing the laws here illegally. It goes and it's a slap in the face to everybody that tried to come here the right way. So if they don't mind it, and they know it's for security and protections and to keep our state strong, I know that I'm doing the right thing. Okay, they're headed to vote. Any other questions?
How is this going to make our state better for everybody?
The fact that right now we have illegal immigration and we're not enforcing it is one of the things. Now you're actually in a city, we have the ability to enforce the law. And I think anytime you can enforce a law that actually saves the state money and keeps the laws in shape, I think we're doing the right thing.
How much is this projected?
We'll find out.
How much is it projected to cost? Is there any cost associated?
I think there's going to be some costs associated with the fact that they've got special, I know that Catherine's going to be putting in classes tomorrow that's going to help businesses learn about E-Verify. I think that DPS is now going to make sure that they start that new case of when we see somebody illegal, they've got special agents in place. But again, the money that we will save far outweighs the money that we will spend.
What does this mean for business owners who are maybe hiring people that are here in the country legally?
I think that what this means for business owners is that now they will have the protections in place to make sure who they hire are legal. I think they will feel more safety because of the fact that they're going to have these classes to let them know who's legal and who's not. And I think that this will also open up a conversation that I will continue to have with our federal delegation on why we need worker visas so that the people that are going to do work here are doing it legally.
And it also provides punishments for people who do continue to hire people who aren't in this country.
That's right. That's right. It means that South Carolina means business when it comes to hiring legal immigrants. Any other questions?
Governor, currently the Illegal Immigration Enforcement Unit has no funding. When will you try to have that in place? That portion of this law has no funding right now. When will you get that and how?
I think that funding is in a proviso right now to make sure that they can do what they need to do.
Different topic, budget vetoes expected this week.
Yes.
What are you looking at?
We've been working on it all day, and so we will be able to tell you tomorrow.
Governor, education advocates asked the state to reconsider applying for the federal stimulus money that the state couldn't receive last year because of the issues with higher education funding. Do you support that or oppose that? It's about $144 billion.
Is this the money that Dr. Zase has been dealing with, or this is different?
It's not raised to the top. It's that stimulus money that the state didn't get last year because of the cuts to higher education and changed the law. So they're talking about maybe changing the federal law, but
Is it stimulus money?
it is stimulus money.
No stimulus money.
You already have relationships with ICE. What process will the others that maybe don't have that sort of relationship have to go through in order to enforce enforce this law?
We'll be working with locals throughout the state and setting up a program where they'll work with DPS and we'll be working with ICE. We've already met with ICE, actually.
So I guess how easy is this process or how?
There's some logistics that we're going to have to handle. At this point, we haven't put anything forward. We're waiting on the governor today, and at this point, we'll start forward working with the local agencies.
When can we see this actually start working on it?
Probably going to be January. It's going to take some time, logistically speaking, to get everything in order and also get the training in order. We've already heard about racial profiling. Actually, there'll be some classes that will be given to local law enforcement and DPS.
Governor, any concern about this legislation essentially resetting the enforcement requirement? We already have a lot of enforcement. A lot of this is not going to be, it seems like it's creating a 6-month window for folks to not have to worry about fines.
No, I think we had the, we were already working on one bill. What this does is this is stronger enforcement. You had to kind of have local authorities reach out to ICE. There was a missing link. What this now does is allow local authorities to talk to state authorities, move it out of the way, and state now deals with ICE, which means quicker enforcement, making sure that when we do have illegal immigrations or illegal immigrants, we can actually do something with them. We couldn't have enforced it before. I think this is better enforcement. Okay, thank y'all very much. Appreciate it.